Peace to all of my beautiful crown heads. I'm going to ask that you guys please take this time out to like the video, share the video, subscribe, and most importantly, hit the notification bell. That way you guys are notified for when we go live in the future. All right? Tonight's conversation is a little bit more heavy and serious. Okay, now I know we like to have fun on this channel, and we are serious. You know, we give good content as far as giving men and women good insight and clarity on things, and we have a good time doing it, but we can be serious with those conversations too. But tonight is a little bit more deep, and I feel like it's a very, very, very important conversation that we need to dive into, especially in today's society. And tonight's discussion is revolving around men and, you know, being insecure. I see so far we have 72 beautiful crown heads. Peace to all of y'all in the building. Please like the video, share the video. Curry Steph, he says, big topic. Hope you nail it. I hope so too. I hope we be able to dive deep and peel back some layers. Hey Sasha, hey look, our good Scorpio said, Niner by nature, Rich, Brandon, Marlon, Trayvon, what was that, Mick Joker? I'm sorry, Mick J Rocker, Cal U, Seven King, Clarence, Pharaoh, Bigman, Miami, Michael, Eric. Peace to all of y'all. I feel like this should be a very intimate conversation. This should be a very open conversation. Because like I said, it is serious. It is something that is slept upon. It's something that is not expounded upon, especially in today's society. We live in a world where men are not expected to or allowed to be vulnerable in any way. Men are not allowed to be emotional. Men are not allowed to have feelings. Men are programmed to hide and shield how they're really feeling and wear these masks and cover up what's really going on with them internally. And I feel like we need to change that. We need to change that narrative to where it's okay for men to say, I'm hurting. It's okay for men to say, I'm not as confident as I would like to be. We need to make it to where men are okay with being open with what's going on with them and stop shitting on them and telling them that they're soft or they're weak or they're bitches or they're too sensitive for having feelings that all human beings have. And I saw Sasha earlier in the comments. He said, I don't suffer from insecurity. Well, shout out to you, Sasha, aka Sexy Monkey. I'm glad that you don't have any insecurity issues. But there's a lot of men out there that do. But they don't want to accept that they have these issues, or they know that they have these issues, but they're not allowed to speak on it. Because again, they're viewed as soft. They're viewed as weak. You know what I mean? They're viewed as simps. And I don't think that's cool. My husband recently made a post on Facebook, and he asked the brothers out there, the men out there, hey, is there any of you guys out there that suffer with insecurity issues? And, you know, it was a flood of comments like, yes, yes, yes. You know, absolutely. I've been going through it. I've been battling it since this time, or I've been, you know, going through it since I was a child. It stemmed from childhood trauma and all of this. And this is like, wow. It's a whole community of men that are battling or struggling rather with having these issues with confidence and feeling good about themselves and being insecure, but they're very silent. And I don't think that it's because it's their fault. I think it's just because of the society that we live in. The society is structured to silence those types of individuals, those types of men that do have these issues that they're going through internally. And I feel like we should be able to talk about it. I want to make it normal. I want to make it okay for you guys to be like, okay, yes, I'm not as confident as I would like to be. I've been struggling with this. I've been going through this. This is what I'm doing to overcome it. I'm currently seeking help in this way. We need to have platforms that do that. We need to have safe spaces and places to where men and women can go, but more specifically men, because I feel like men, you guys are expected, like I said, to just always be strong. You're always supposed to, you know, just take it on the chin and act like nothing is bothering you, and that shit is hurting us. It's hurting us. Men, you guys are the foundations. You guys are the leaders. And if you are not internally sound and okay, it's no way the people around you can be that way. Because again, you guys set that tone. And so when we have men out here that are just supposed to shield their emotions, act like nothing is bothering them, you know, that is a destructive and toxic environment that you guys are not only housing for yourselves, but for the people around you. If you are not okay internally, fellas, whether that be mentally or emotionally, even physically, because a lot of these insecurities can stem from physical things that go on with us. I had some men in the comments say stuff like, well, you know, I'm insecure because I was teased for being overweight, or I was teased for being short, or I was teased for being dark skinned, or I was teased for being light skinned, or you know what I'm saying? Like, men are going through these things too, but it's not socially acceptable for you guys to say or voice these things that you are going through. My husband, for instance, was telling me about, you know, his issues growing up and how he struggled and still struggles with like insecurity issues. You know, he says, you know, a lot of women talk about how, you know, they had these struggles growing up to where it was like they're being looked over because they are dark skinned, or, you know, they're not built like this, or they have this type of hair texture. And he's like, dude, I went through that too as a man. But it's not okay for us to say that, you know, those things bothered us, you know, in the past growing up. You know, you approach a female and you trying to talk to her and she's like, you too black, or your hair ain't good, or, you know, and then she chasing up behind the light-skinned dude with the quote unquote good curly hair and shit. You know what I mean? And so you guys are dealing with that. But again, you're supposed to act like that don't bother you because you a man. And if it does bother you, you soft as fuck. You know? Or another thing, you know, as far as being tall, you know, my husband ain't tall, you know what I'm saying? Me and my husband the same damn height, right? And so he said he battled with that growing up. And I know it's a lot of men out there that battle with that. You know, women saying, If you're not 6 foot or taller, I don't want nothing to do with you. You know, you gotta be 6 foot, you gotta be light skinned, or you gotta be dark skinned, or you gotta have this type of hair texture, you know, and you guys are going through that as well, but it's swept under the rug. And I don't feel like that is healthy. That's very unhealthy for you guys to have to just shield all of that emotion and act like, you know, it is what it is. Like, no. Don't keep sweeping shit like that under the rug, because what that does is build up. And once you have that build up, you can snap. You know what I mean? Also, let's take it back to childhood, because again, a lot of our insecurity issues do stem from childhood. You know, not only were you maybe not the right complexion, or you didn't have the right hair texture, or you weren't the right height, or you weren't the right weight, or whatever. It could be maybe you didn't have, you know, the latest fashions and the best clothes, and maybe your shoes wasn't, you know what I'm saying? You didn't have the J's. You know what I'm saying? You didn't have the Timbs and shit. Like, you had to make do with what you had to make do with, and you guys were teased for those things. And again, you being a man, or you being a young boy, you have to just, you know, act like it doesn't bother you, and you shield it, and you carry that shit on into your adulthood. And now you are battling with these insecurity issues, and you don't know how it started. Well, it started from when people were teasing you about your hair texture. It started when people were teasing you about not having the latest fashions. It started when you came to school with the same sweatpants on every day. You know what I mean? And so you're not dealing with that. You're not taking heed to the fact that, hey, that bothered me. I feel rejected. You know what I mean? A lot of this is rejection. And so you internalize that, and you carry that with you into your adulthood. And now you find yourself having a problem with approaching women. You have a problem with finding that confidence within you. You have a problem with even saying that you have a problem. And again, a lot of men are so programmed to hold these types of emotions and things like that in, to the point where it becomes like you don't even know, you don't even understand, or you're not even aware that you have the problem to begin with, because it's been so suppressed. You know what I mean? And I don't feel like that's fair. It's more socially acceptable for women to be able to voice, you know, what's going on and bothering them. That's okay, because we're women. We're deemed to be emotional. It's okay for us to be quote unquote soft and vulnerable. You know, so while we can have the same types of dilemmas going on internally with us, we can get it out. We can cry about it. You know, we can complain about it, and it just be like, oh, she's just being a woman. It's okay. But if a man did this, it's like, dude, you soft as fuck. Man, you tripping off them talking about your clothes, dude. You soft as fuck. You tripping off them talking about you black as fuck. Like, you soft. You tripping off them saying you soft. Like, come on, dude. Bro. So you guys are more prone to be like, okay, I'm just gonna, you know, suck it up. I'm just gonna pretend like it ain't bothering me. Well, it is bothering you. And a lot of you guys, I'm sure, watching this right now are having some things going on internally within you where it's like, damn, I feel a little triggered by this. You know what I'm saying? Like, she kind of hitting on some things that maybe were lying dormant. You know what I'm saying? So I want you guys out there that may be struggling with insecurity issues to know and understand that it's not about trying to suppress those things. It's not about trying to be the toughest in the room. It's not about trying to be the most manliest person in the room. It's about being the most internally sound and healthy in the room. I salute the man that's able to acknowledge the fact that he does have insecurity issues and he is struggling with that, and he's not the most confident, I respect that man more so than the man that is trying to hide it, that is trying to act like he's okay. Another thing that is slept on, that is not really acknowledged, that again stems from childhood. And I see it's 202 of us in the building, 204 of us in the building. Y'all like the video, please share the video and subscribe. Y'all know YouTube be hating on me, so I really rely on my crown heads to share my content. Like the video, y'all, share the video and subscribe, please, please, please. But going back to childhood with these insecurities, fellas, because again, y'all are not allowed to be vulnerable in that way and showcase how things hurt you. You weren't able to say, damn, she hurt my feelings when she turned me down. Damn, they hurt my feelings when they made fun of my clothes. Damn, they hurt my feelings when they said I was too black. Damn, that hurt my feelings when they said I was too light-skinned, so I gotta be soft. Damn, that hurt my feelings when they said I was too short. Damn, that hurt my feelings when they said I was too fat. So now, since you didn't get a chance to say those things and get that kind of emotion out of you, now you grow up. And now you become the asshole type of dude. You know, you gotta have all the latest clothes. You going for broke to let people know like you the man now. A lot of that shit is insecurity. But again, you guys don't even know that that's what that is. You just think that it's because, hey, I like nice things. I want people to know that, you know, I have nice things. But deep down inside, all of that shit is stemming from your childhood, from when you was being teased because you didn't have the latest fashions and you weren't the most popular and no woman was checking for you and girls was making fun of you. But now it's been so suppressed that you've carried out this ego, or this persona rather, of the man that has it all. Now you overly flashy. Now you gotta be seen and heard by any and everybody. Now you the hoe ass dude, and you don't understand why. A lot of that shit is insecurity. And again, not all the time, but I just want to touch on that aspect as well, because a lot of us sleep on that. A lot of y'all don't understand where that type of behavior is stemming from. You don't know why you so damn promiscuous. You don't know why, you know, you just have to have all the chicks because you were rejected in the past and you trying to compensate for that little boy inside of you that was rejected all of those years. You're trying to overcompensate for that little boy within you that didn't have the latest clothes, that wasn't tall enough, that wasn't light enough, that wasn't dark enough, that wasn't rich enough. And so a lot of men will come across a video like this and say, look, I don't have insecurity issues. What the fuck? Nah, this some weak shit. I ain't watching this video. I'll come back next week or next time she talking about something else. I ain't got insecurity issues. But really y'all do. But you don't know that you do. Or maybe you do know that you have insecurity issues, but that shit is soft. Right? That's soft to suffer from low self-esteem. That shit is soft as fuck. Hell no, I ain't got that. But really, you got that. But it's just you live in a world where it's not acceptable for you to admit that. And I feel sorry for y'all. That is so unfair. It is so fucking unfair. And I hate that men have to go through that. I really do. Absolutely do. I hate that women have to go through that. But again, when it comes to men, y'all can't say y'all hurting inside. Y'all can't say that, you know, I got low self-esteem. Y'all can't say, man, I ain't that confident. They gonna look at you funny. And I saw we had some donations. Don't think I'm ignoring y'all. I feel like this conversation is very important, and I just want to make sure I'm getting out where I need to get out. Shout out to you, Lick Her Low Scorpio, for your donation, and thank you again for being a channel member. He says, hit the like button, crown heads. That's right, y'all. Y'all like the video, please. It's 228 of us in the building. Like the video, share the video, and subscribe. It's a lot of men out there that need to hear this video, who may even come across the video and read the comments. So if you are a man out there and you're having insecurity issues, let's talk about it tonight. All right? And shout out to you again, Lick Her Low Scorpio. It says, so true and so real. We learn to suppress it. Absolutely. And that's totally unfair and totally unhealthy. Thank you, Lamel Prince. You always show love as well. He says, a lot of brothers suffers from insecurities due to the absence of fatherhood. And that's very important as well. Very important aspect of this conversation as well, Lamel. And again, I thank you for your donation. A lot of men are not taught how to have confidence. They're not shown how to have confidence because, again, they're not growing up in households with father figures. You know? So they're learning the best way they know how through the people in the neighborhood. And the people in the neighborhood, they don't have father figures that's solid in their corner either. So they're being taught how to be, you know, insecure. Because a lot of the men that you guys are looking up to have those insecurity issues. But on the surface, he looks like the man. He has the nice car. He has the nice clothes. He's with all the different women. He has a bunch of baby mamas. He has, you know, all the flashy, you know, things to show off. But that man is insecure as well. A lot of them. I'm not going to say all, but a lot of them are. And that's why they have those things to try to make up for how they feel inside. And so you guys are patterning yourself after them, thinking that, hey, that's the way to be. You know, a lot of men are taught that confidence is how you look. Confidence is what you have. No, confidence is what you are in the inside. But y'all not taught that. And again, it stems from childhood and, you know, not really having father figures in life. All right. Shout out to you, King Romanoff, for your donation. He says it starts from childhood and throughout school. Absolutely. Absolutely, King. Because let me tell y'all something. Me as a woman, I've been through this. I've had a lot of, you know, insecurity issues growing up as well, to where I was teased. I was teased for being smart. You know, and it's something that my husband spoke on as well when we were talking earlier about, you know, just men having insecurity issues. You know, we were teased for being smart in school, and you trying to act white, you know, you ain't in, you know what I'm saying? Or I was teased for being skinny. You know, I was called a crackhead and shit. Like, oh, you know, you flat chested, you ain't got no ass, you know, your teeth, you know, all kind of shit. Your eyes too damn big, and you know, I was teased as well. Your feet too big, you know. And so a lot of these things do stem from childhood and throughout school. You know what I'm saying? And then you wanted to be accepted by people and not being able to be accepted by people because of the way that you look, or, you know, and things that you can't even help. You know, you can't help your skin tone. You can't help your eyes. You can't help your hair texture. Now you can go and process the shit, but you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of things we are born with that we are teased for, and we just like, man, I can't help how tall I am, you know? So it's crazy, but I absolutely agree. Thank you, T. Curry, as well, for your donation. I can't pull it up because I don't see it on the screen. He says, what about the dudes with swag, LOL? I like your content, so don't be offended. T. Curry, nothing wrong with having swag, okay? I don't want you guys to feel like what I'm saying is, if you are the type of man that likes nice clothes, or you like nice cars, and you like, you know, certain luxuries and whatever, that somehow makes you insecure off the bat. I'm not saying that, okay? I like nice things too. However, I want you guys to be able to know and understand on your own what's going on with you and know why you are doing certain things. Ask yourself, why do I feel the need to spend all of this money on these clothes? Is it because I just genuinely like the clothes for myself and I want it for myself, or am I trying to prove something? Why do I have to have the $250,000 car? Is it because, I just genuinely like this car, or do I feel like I want to show off and I'm doing it to try to prove a point or rub it in somebody's face from my past? Like, I can't answer that for you. All right. But what I can say is a lot of the times, not all the time, like I keep saying, not all the time. I don't want to overgeneralize and make these broad statements. But a lot of the times we do things for approval, for acceptance, to be liked, to be sought after. I'm not gonna say never, okay? But a lot of times we do things for other people. Hardly ever do you see people really genuinely do things because that's what they want to do. And this is something that I myself had to wrestle with and come to grips with. You know what I'm saying? Growing up, I'm like, damn, why do I want a hair weave down to the crack of my ass? Am I really doing it because, I just like it? Or am I doing it because I don't feel that confident, wearing my natural hair? Why do I feel the need to always have to go outside with my makeup on? Is it because, I'm really insecure? Or do I really just want to be cute for the day? And I had to have that uncomfortable conversation with myself. And the conclusion I reached was I was very insecure. You know what I'm saying? Like, why do I have to spend hundreds of dollars to put somebody else's hair in my head? You know what I'm saying? Why do I always have to put on some makeup before I leave the house? You know what I'm saying? I used to be that. Now I could just put on a cap and go if I want to. But I had to have those uncomfortable conversations with myself to get to the root causes. And I want you guys out there, you men out there, to do the same thing and ask yourself those uncomfortable questions so that you can get to the root, get to the truth of it. And again, a lot of you, you could try to suppress it all you want, but it's going to always come to the surface. It always comes to the surface. Everything's going to always come to the light, and it can be very damaging if, it just hits you all at once. So I would strongly encourage you guys that are suffering in silence, acting like you're not insecure, acting like you're just this confident dude. I would strongly suggest that you guys go inside and ask yourself, why am I doing certain things? Am I doing it because it is? And then you may peel back some layers and come to find out you do have low self-esteem. And that's perfectly okay. Because now you have figured out that you have a problem. And so now you can conquer that shit. Thank you to Truth Seeker for your donation. He says our pride gets the best of us at times. Absolutely. Absolutely. Men and women. And again, I see it's 270 of us in the building. Y'all like the video, share the video, and subscribe. But absolutely, the Truth Seeker, and I love your name. But yeah, we all have these big egos, and we have pride, and we don't want people to see us in a certain light. We have to carry on this facade of, I'm good. I ain't insecure. Like, I ain't tripping off y'all. I don't give a fuck about what y'all think and all of this. But really you do. And that's why you feel the need to constantly go and spend your whole check on clothes, spend your whole check on going to the bar and buying out the bar and, just doing extra things that at the end of the day really don't bring you any peace or bring any real value to your life or make you happy even. You know what I mean? So it's very unfortunate that a lot of men are suppressing that. And it could be because it is due to their pride. But another aspect of that is that it's just not accepted. It's not accepted for men to express themselves in that way. It's not. It's not. I have yet to hear a man be able to openly say, especially amongst other men, like, man, I got low self-esteem. I'm not that confident. I have insecurity issues. Very rarely. Or for a man to come out openly amongst other men or women. Because again, a lot of us women, we are to blame too. Again, accountability. I'm a woman, I'm able to do that. A lot of you men are out there struggling with insecurities because of, other women. And we're going to get into that later. But, a lot of men are not able to openly come out and say in front of other men or women that, hey, my feelings are hurt, or I feel sad, or, I feel, anything. The only real emotion that men are allowed to express is anger, is aggression, because those things are deemed to be macho. That's deemed to be masculine. That's deemed to be strong. Like, yes, you're supposed to be aggressive. You're supposed to be angry. You're supposed to be strong. You're supposed to be in your face, But other than that, you're not allowed to cry. You're not allowed to be sad. You're not allowed to be depressed. You're supposed to suppress all of that shit. Why you soft? Why you showing your emotions? Why you being so? That's not healthy, fellas. Now, I'm not saying that you should just go around crying all day. I wouldn't suggest a man or a woman to do that, okay? You have to have balance. But you should at least be able to go and openly express how you feel outside of just being angry, outside of just being aggressive. You should be able to say, I'm sad. You should be able to say, you hurt my feelings. Hey, Queen Women's Loving Life. He said, I'm late, but peace, my queen. Peace to y'all. Jay Jackson says, so what's your solution? My solution is this, fellas. If you are struggling with insecurity issues, I want to create a space for you guys. And I ultimately want to create a world for both men and women to where we are comfortable with being vulnerable. We have to make that shit okay. And it starts with me. It starts with me. If you never heard it before, fellas, from a woman or anybody, I'm here to tell y'all right now tonight, it's okay to be hurt. It's okay to say that you are hurting. It's okay for you to have a quote unquote weak moment. It's okay for you to cry. It's okay for you to say things are bothering you. You don't have to always act like everything is fine. You're not soft for having fucking feelings. You're not weak for expressing how you feel outside of anger and outside of aggression. That's what I want to do. That's my solution. My solution is to make it okay, to make it socially acceptable for men to be vulnerable with how they feel, with what they are going through. And like I said, a lot of it does stem from women as well. Not only do men have to battle other men out there that's telling them, "Oh, you soft, man. Like, grow the fuck up, dude. Boss the fuck up, man. The fuck up, man. Like, why you over here acting like you like? Don't be letting stuff bother you. Don't cry, nigga. What the fuck?" Not only Excuse me, do y'all have to go through that? But then you have to turn around and go through the same thing with women. It's like, oh, you a soft ass nigga. Why you in your feelings? Why you always do that? Ain't cool. And again, the insecurities can stem from your childhood or from the past dealing with women. Women are the ones telling you, oh, you too short. Women are the ones telling you your hair ain't good enough. Women are the ones telling y'all you ain't light enough. You too black. You ain't dark enough. You too bright. Women are the ones telling y'all your penis ain't big enough. You know what I mean? If y'all really want to go there, it's a lot of men struggling with that insecurity. Based upon other women. Women are the ones telling y'all not good enough. They are the ones that are rejecting y'all, truth be told. And so that's something that I want us women to take accountability for as well and work on that. You don't have to body shame men. You don't have to put men down. If you're not interested, you're just not interested. But as far as telling somebody, you know, you ain't this and you ain't that and you ain't got this and you ain't got that, that's not necessary. Because then if a man turned around and said, well, your ass ain't fat enough, or yo, you too damn fat, or you too damn this, or you ain't got this, and we have a problem with that. But that's something that we both on both ends need to work on as far as, you know, not tearing each other down. If you're not interested or if I'm not your preference, just let that be that. But it's no need for you to say, well, your ass ain't fat enough, or your titties too small, or your titties too big, or your ass too big, or you're too skinny, or you know, you too bright, or you're too black, or your hair too nappy. Like just be like, you know what? I'm just not interested. No need to tear each other down. Because a lot of us contribute to the insecurities piling up. We are the cause. Men and women, we are the cause for each other's pain and suffering. That's my solution. I want us to stop tearing each other down. And I want it to be okay for men to start expressing themselves outside of anger and aggression. Now, what men were saying in the comments, you know, on the post that my husband made, as far as like, hey, is there any brothers out there that's struggling with insecurity issues and stuff? Because I know I do. You know, my husband, he's able to be open like that and say that he struggled with that. And a lot of men were saying that, hey, I went to counseling and it worked tremendously. Or I started meditating and that worked for me. Or I started praying and that worked for me. Or I just started to love myself more and that worked for me. And all of those things are great things to do. Those are perfect solutions. But what I don't want you guys to do is suppress. What I don't want you guys to do is act like it's not there. What I don't want you guys to do is act like being insecure or having low self-esteem is something that should be swept under the rug because that makes you soft or that makes you weak. No, what makes you soft and weak is having those internal issues and not fucking battling and conquering that shit. Pretending like it's not there. That's what makes you weak. Literally. Because it's breaking you down. Now you spending all this money to try to prove to people that, hey, I'm the man, I'm confident, I got this, I got that. So you breaking yourself monetarily. Then you breaking yourself emotionally because it's like, damn, I got all this shit, but I'm still not happy. I'm still not fulfilled. Something is missing. It's some kind of void that's still not being fulfilled. And that void is you have low fucking self-esteem and you trying to fill that void with material possessions, with this facade of fake shit. Admit it. Just admit it. It's the first step to recovery. Admitting that you have a fucking problem. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. $287 of us in the building. Y'all like the video, please. Okay, like the video, share the video, and subscribe. Born Pathea, is that how you say your name? He says, I finally cried. I'm not the man who cried. Me and my brother finally hugged. We never hugged. We always fought, and police is targeting him. Well, I will say this, Born. I'm glad that you finally cried and got it out your system, because that's something that our men are taught. They're taught not to cry. Man up. If something bother you, you just take it on the chin. That's soft shit. That's weak shit. Don't cry. Don't show affection. You know, a lot of men never even hugged another man because, oh, that's soft. No, it ain't. Nothing wrong with that. But as far as the police targeting y'all know how they do black men. We gotta protect our men out here. Shark says, to be blunt, our generation is just soft as fuck. We need to learn to not give a fuck about what other people think. Insecurity shouldn't even exist. Shark, that's a lot easier said than done. And again, I saw we had 299 of us in the building. Y'all like the video. That's easier said than done. Because honestly, on some level, we've all cared about what other people thought. Whether that was our mother, our father, our significant others, our brothers, our sisters, our grandmothers, grandfathers, our cousins, our friends. Like that's something that is just in human nature for us to care about what other people think. So that's just like a real easier said than done kind of statement. And while I can understand what you're saying and where you're coming from, and I do feel like we should get to a point where it's like, okay, I can't control how other people view me. I can't control how other people feel about me. All that matters is what I feel and I know about myself. While I do feel like we should get to that point, I can't be so naive as to say that, y'all just need to stop caring about what other people think about you. Because again, another factor of this whole insecurity conversation is it can stem from our parents. We don't talk about that. We talked about school, growing up in school and stuff and being teased. But what about our parents and shit? What about our family members that told us we wasn't about shit and we ain't gonna never be nothing, and we gonna be just like our damn daddies, or we gonna be just like our damn mamas, and you so damn dumb, you so stupid, and that kind of stuff is also playing a factor into our insecurities as well. And it's a lot of us that care about what our mothers and fathers think. And so if we're growing up in a household where our parents are telling us that we ain't shit and we dumb and we ugly and you act just like that nigga and you act just like that bitch and you look just like, that kind of stuff can stick with you as well. Now, I will say and I will agree with you on this, Shark. Sometimes I do feel like the generation that we live in is a little bit overly sensitive to a lot of things that shouldn't even be that damn deep. So I will say that. Okay, I'm not gonna be blind to that fact that it's a lot of people out here that's just like, dude, really? That's fucking pathetic for you to even be tripping off of that. Like, why do you care? So yeah, I get that. But just to be real, a lot of us, are battling with deeper issues. You know what I mean? And we're just taught to just not deal with it and get over it. Especially if you're a man, and I don't feel like that's fair. Men are just not allowed to be emotional or share their emotions. Netta says, people in this generation are sensitive but careless at the same time. Just weird as fuck, laughing out loud. Right. It's a lot of those paradoxical statements going on and realities going on. But, it's just the time that we live in. But I really want to get to a place. And again, this is what this video is. It's going to be the start of it. I really want us to get to a place where we are able to share how we're feeling, share what we're going through, be vulnerable, and be okay with whatever state that we're in at that time. If we're feeling sad, I want us to be okay with saying, you know what, I'm sad. Especially if you're a man. I want you to be able to say, I'm sad. I want you to be able to say, that hurt my feelings. I want you to be able to say, I'm hurting. I want you to say, I have low self-esteem. And not get clowned for it. And not get deemed as soft for it. Because it's okay. As long as you don't stay there. As long as you don't stay in that state of feeling like you ain't good enough and you just down and out and you just want to cry all the damn time. And as long as you don't stay there. Okay, because it's all about evolving and becoming greater than before and becoming better. But we first have to acknowledge that shit. And it needs to be okay for men to be able to acknowledge their pain. But I'm going to get my ass up off of here, y'all. I'm going to read what y'all say in these comments. Again, y'all like the video, share the video, and subscribe. Again, I feel like this was a very important conversation for us to have. And it's just the beginning. I want us to continue to, go deeper and dive deeper into these kind of conversations. And I want you guys to be able to sound off in the comment section below and tell me, if you are a man especially, or a woman, okay, but my platform is mostly men. So I want men to be able to come in the comments and say, I've battled with insecurity issues, or I'm still going through it, and this is how I'm overcoming it. Share that, because you guys never know who is going through the same things, but they're not strong enough at this current point in time to be able to say that. So they're reading what you guys are saying, and they're like, okay, he said he went to counseling. Maybe I should consider going to counseling. Oh, he said he started meditating. Maybe I should start meditating. Oh, he said he went to church. Maybe I should start going to church. He said he started learning how to love himself through reading books and, going out into nature and all of that. Maybe I should try that. So you guys never know who you are touching when you are sharing your experiences. Shout out to you, Redbird 101. You always show love. He says, I appreciate this one, Danica. And I appreciate all of y'all. And I appreciate y'all for appreciating me. I do this for us. We have to get to a point where we're able to come together and express ourselves and be okay with expressing ourselves without having that shame and not having that doubt or that, that chip on us where it's like, man, I'm not going to say that. Yeah, I'm insecure, but I ain't going to say nothing because I see them clowning him, so I ain't going to say nothing. Like, no, we need to have a society where it's okay for men to be able to say how they're feeling, especially men. Because again, women, it's more socially acceptable for us to say, oh, that hurt my feelings. Oh, I'm sad right now. You know what I mean? That's more acceptable for us. But for y'all, it's like y'all just got to act like it's not bothering you at all. And then y'all start drinking. And then y'all start smoking. Or then y'all start trying to fuck every damn thought that's walking. And y'all don't understand why. Or you start blowing your whole paycheck trying to look like you got money, but you really don't. But really, you just trying to make up for that insecure boy inside of you that was teased growing up. You know what I'm saying? So we have to get to a better space. Thank you, Alpha Rock. He says, overcome some of those emotions and become Sigma. If that works for you, that could also be a solution. It's always different things that you can apply to self to become better. All right. Let's read a few more comments, and then I'm going to get up off of here. All right. Niner by Nature says, thank you, Queen, for putting this positive energy out into the world. I also bought all those books you told us to read. Good stuff. Thank you so much, Niner by Nature. And also my new book, 3 weeks. Okay. It's going to be coming out in a few weeks. It's called Submission is Not the Enemy, a key factor to a healthy relationship. Y'all be on the lookout for that. So you can also add that to your collection, Niner by Nature. But I'm going to get up off of here, you guys. Again, I hope some man out there that is struggling with insecurity was able to come across this video because you shared it, right? I hope you shared this video, and hopefully a man was able to come across this content and feel better about himself and not feel like he should be ashamed and just acknowledge what's going on with him internally and conquer that shit, because that's what it's all about. I'm all about us facing our fears, facing our insecurities, facing whatever's bothering us and conquering that shit. okay? Becoming better versions of ourselves. That's what life is all about. That's what part of being a crown head is. All right, y'all? But I love y'all. I respect you. So thank you so much for the donations, the subscriptions. Y'all, we have jumped up like maybe 5,000, 6,000 subscribers in the past week. So thank you guys so much. Y'all continue to share our content because, again, y'all know they be hating on us, okay? They try to shadow ban us. So y'all like the video, share the video, and subscribe. And thank you so much for being channel members. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all from the bottom of my heart. But I got to get off of here and get in this kitchen and cook. I love y'all. I respect y'all. I appreciate y'all. My name is Danica Marie. Y'all come on back. We have dope conversations. We have dope discussions. And we get to the root causes of problems and we conquer. All right? I love you. I got to go.